Hobson coming back. Made a good play on it. Not a perfect throw, but he got Randolph.
Let's watch it again. Pretty good bunt by Willie. Bunted just a little bit too hard, though, and Hobson in quickly. He'll grab the ball barehanded right there. And George Scott makes a good stretch there at first base, keeping that foot on the bag. Excellent play by Hobson and by Scott.
So Hobson throw the ball with both feet off the ground. So his arm did not hinder him from making that play. There are 2 down, and Thurman Munson steps in. Thurman is hitting .291. He is 3 for 7, got all 3 hits in the first game of the series. He questions the strike with Richie Garcia. Thurman last night went 0 for 4. Strike 2, he did not have a good cut at that pitch from Eckersley. Eckersley has good control. He has walked only 61 while striking out 136. Munson, a .291 hitter, 64 runs batted in, 6 homers. Now watch the wind take this one. Be way back in the stands. First 2 games of this series have drawn better than 67,000 fans. There'll be 33 to 34,000 here again this afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes on Munson. No score, top of the first. He is hit by the pitch. Munson is hit by the pitch and waved down to first base. Not suddenly, just skinned his uniform. Thurman, who was hit in the head by Drago night before last, was upset by it, but Thurman did not feel that Drago was throwing at him, and I agree with Munson. I don't think he was. Oh, it hit him more solidly than I thought it did.
That got him on the left wrist.
Yeah, it did. I didn't think it hit him that solidly, but on the replay, you could see it. He was hit solidly by the pitch. Reggie Jackson hit a 3-run homer last night. Strike 1. Jackson's homer last night was his 21st of the year. He and Lee May of the Orioles share one honor among active players right now. They both have hit 20 or more home runs in 11 consecutive seasons. Only 19 men have done it in the majors. That's foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Eckersley has given up 28 home runs this year. Nonetheless, his record is 16-6. His ERA is 3.15. This is his 30th start. He has 12 complete games and 2 shutouts. Munson at first, 2 outs, 2 strikes on Reggie. Got him. Called strike. And that retires the side. At the end of 1/2 inning, it's the Yankees nothing, and the Red Sox are coming to bat.
What can we expect in terms of a difference between the Duryea team and the Carey team?
Well, first, it's obviously a sorry spectacle to see the governor and lieutenant governor of this state fighting. She has proclaimed that whenever she returned to Albany, she couldn't find anyone in the governor's office who would help her solve the problems of the state, and in total frustration refused to run with him. We've paid the governor and lieutenant governor to work together to solve New York problems for the past 3.5 years, and they spend their time bickering with each other. No wonder we're in a sorry state of affairs. By comparison, Bruce Caputo and I would be a working team that would function closely together. I think that we can do better. I think that we can prevent this flight of jobs out of New York. I'm convinced that Bruce Caputo and I can make the kinds of decisions and do the things that are necessary to make the economy and the business climate better in New York State.
Duryea and Caputo, a new team for New York.
I'm not going to make the same mistake. Next time, I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can. Toyotas are built to perform, to take it, to last. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I'm finally going to get my money's worth.
More.
More. Ask for it, you got it. Toyota.
All box reserved and now general admission seats are completely sold out for next weekend's 3-game Red Sox series at the stadium. There's still some unreserved bleacher tickets remaining, and they will be on sale at the stadium box office only until 5 today. And if tickets remain from 10 to 5 tomorrow, there's still a limit of 4 tickets per game per person. Again, only bleacher seats remain for next weekend's Boston's games at Yankee Stadium. They're still being sold in advance at the stadium box office only. This change in policy is to avoid turning away late-coming fans and to reduce congestion in the stadium area before these games. Frank?
All right, Bill White, we'll watch. Ron Guidry pitched to the Red Sox. Rick Burleson, Fred Lynn, and Jim Rice, the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Burleson is batting .248, 3 for 9 in the series. And Guidry throws high for a ball. Burleson has hit 4 homers. He has 45 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike. The way the pitching rotation of the Yankees has turned out, Guidry has not faced the Red Sox before this year. 1-1 lifetime record. And base hit. Burleson made his big turn, went sliding back to first base. There was not a throw over there. Johnny Pesky, the first base coach, brushes him off. Ball by Dent. And Rivers gets it back in. You see the big turn Burleson made. He went about halfway to second. That's why he went sliding back in at first base. So the leadoff man is on for Boston, and here's Freddie Lynn, the center fielder. Bunts. And Guidry, oh, he could have had him at second base. Guidry could have had him at second base and evidently did not hear Munson. I'm sure Munson was telling him to go to second.
Frank, with all this noise, there's not much you can hear. All this noise is aimed on the field, and of course, unless you give a sign, as Munson was pointing to second base. We saw him in the corner of the screen, but Guidry decided to play it safely, and with his speed, with his ability to strike out batters, it might have been a good move. He might have thrown the ball away. He wanted to make one sure rather than get into a system of making errors early, and he made the sure play.
All right, the Red Sox have a runner at second. It will be a sacrifice for Lynn, and Jim Rice, the batter, hitting .325. 38 homers, 121 runs batted in, 2 for 7 in this series. Strike 1. Rice also has 23 doubles and 15 triples. Bucky Dent, backhand stop. Can he throw him out? He did not. He's safe. Burleson held at second. A base hit for Jim Rice.
Well, Bucky made 2 plays like that last night. Missed one of them as the ball skipped under him on a play by Rice, in fact. Here's again. Bucky's over here backhanding the ball. There's where he missed the play right there. He sort of shuffled the ball and allowed Rice to get an extra half step, and obviously he's safe at first base. Good call by Jim Evans.
All right, there are 2 on. 1 out. And the batter is Carl Yastrzemski. You see he has, with the right wrist and hand tape. Pitches inside. Looks like the wind may have let up just a little bit. Yaz is hitting .287, 12 home runs, 65 runs batted in. Good breaking ball from Guidry. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Frank, when you get the A's of Carl Yastrzemski, you have to guess just a little bit. Carl obviously looking for the fastball there, and Guidry threw him the slider. And that's why he wasn't on the ball.
You get to be 40 years old. I don't care what condition you keep yourself in. The reflexes have to slow down. Bouncer to Chambliss. He'll take the sure out at first base as the runners advance.
I think what happens with older players, Frank, and I saw it happen with Stan Musial. Stan was 44, 45 when he quit. And he just set on one pitch. He either said, I'm going to hit the fastball one time up, or I'm going to hit the curveball one time up. The other pitches he let go. If he was hitting fastballs, he would swing at the curveballs until he had to, maybe with 2 strikes on him.
And he never embarrassed himself.
No, he didn't.
The day he retired.
He hit, I think, about .333 at 44 one year. I don't know the exact figure, but it was in the 330s. He's 44 years old. Of course, Ted Williams with the Red Sox did the same thing at a late age.
Guidry will pitch to Carlton Fisk, the catcher, a .298 hitter. He's had 3 for 5 in this series, including a home run. And Fisk is playing with a broken rib.
I would be careful with Carlton Fisk. You've got Bob Bailey, who hasn't been up that often, on deck. You got an open base.
Oh, Guidry's challenging him. Got 2 strikes on him. Now Guidry will back off, as he does once in a while. Just meditates for a moment. Gets his second win. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Strike 3. Fisk is called out, and the side is retired. The Red Sox lead 2, and at the end of 1, it's the Yankees nothing and Boston nothing.
Mr. Summers, this gentleman would like to apply for a loan.
I just need a little information.
Right, I have that right here. Now, here's an honorable discharge I got from the Coast Guard. That's me up there in the corner. Now, here's a letter of recommendation I got from my high school gym teacher.
Sir.
Hello. How are you?
Sir, we don't need your life story for a loan.
Oh, we make over 2,000 loans a week.
And if you have a checking and savings account with Manufacturers Hanover, we give you up to 0.5% off your yearly interest rate.
Well, I can save money while I'm borrowing money.
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be.
It's good, and it's halftime here at the stadium.
This fall, take a few minutes between halves and build up your lawn with some Scott's Turf Builder. Right now is the best time of year to get a thicker bluegrass lawn by growing more grass plants. Turf Builder will make any active lawn greener now and green up faster next spring.
We're all set for the kickoff now.
Just a few minutes this weekend. You'll see the difference now and next spring, too.
Mother Nature hates shiny new cars, so she kills your new car's finish and rips you off. But lately, she's had to adjust to something new. Thousands of new car dealers are treating cars with polyglycol, penetrant sealant that keeps a car looking new and is backed in writing for 3 full years. Now, when she tries to ruin a new car's finish with her natural elements, nothing happens. Motorcycles, RVs, even airplanes and boats stay looking new. She'll have to adjust, though, because with polyglycol, it's a brand new world.
We go to the second inning here at Fenway Park. The Yankees will bring up Chris Chambliss, Greg Nettles, and Lou Piniella. Chambliss is hitting .288, a team-leading 83 runs batted in. He has 10 homers, 3 for 9 in the series, and throughout the course of the season, Chambliss has been the steadiest Yankee hitter, day in, day out. Strike 1. Dennis Eckersley with 137 strikeouts now in 224 innings pitched. 1-1. It's a bright, sunshiny day. It would be quite comfortable were it not for the strong wind. Temperatures in the low 60s. Left center field, Lynn running hard. Looks like he'll get to it, and does. One away. No score here in the second inning. The batter will be Greg Nettles. Nettles, a .274 hitter, 23 home runs, which leads the Yankees. and 79 runs batted in. Gregg has an 8-game hitting streak going. He's had 1 hit in each of the prior games. Ball 1. Each of the games in this series. Well, there you see the weather vane atop the stands. Two balls and no strikes on Nettles. They send the right fielder, Rice, very, very deep on Nettles. The left fielder, Yaz, towards center. And this one's going to be in for the base hit. No chance for Rice, as deep as he was playing, to get to that one, and Nettles is on with the Yankees' first hit. And that is a 9-game hitting streak now for Graig Nettles. Lou Piniella, the batter. What a night Piniella had last night. He tripled his first time up, doubled his second, third time up he homered, fourth time up he grounded out, and then they pinch hit for him.
Didn't get enough base hits.
Nope, didn't get a single to go for the cycle. Well, Gary Thompson says he finished up the cycle. He batted for Piniella and he singled. Lou is now hitting .314. Last night's homer was his 5th. He has 55 runs batted in. Ball 1. I don't know whether the camera will get close enough down to Lou. You can see the new hairstyle just sticking out from under the helmet. They still call that an afro, Bill?
I don't know what they call that.
Permanent wave, I know that. Ball and a strike.
I don't know what they call that either.
Mod.
Maybe he should have his time.
Mod. Lou took a lot of kidding about his new hairdo. But Lou, isn't that great? You're hitting .314. All everybody talks about your hair. Foul back. Ball and 2 strikes on Piniella. No score. Piniella in the series has had 5 hits in 7 at-bats. The Yankees trail the Red Sox by 2 games in American League East. Eckersley working very deliberately, and Piniella stepped out. Lou Piniella is some kind of hitter. They play him up the middle. He might try to shoot it through the right side. That's a strike. Well, Piniella is caught looking for Eckersley's 2nd strikeout.
First second. White. Let's see, it's White.
Roy White is the Yankee batter. Roy has had a fine series. 5 hits and 8 at-bats. Upped his batting average to .260. Roy has 8 home runs and 38 runs batted in. On the Yankee stat sheet or the computer somewhere, they missed one of Roy's home runs. He's afraid at the end of the year they may come up 1 shy on him. But I'm sure a double check will prove that he does have 8. He has hit 6 left-handed and 2 right-handed. Ball 1 on him. Nettles at first, no score. 2 outs now here in the 2nd. They tried to check it but could not. He's going to argue a bit with the plate umpire. Roy thought he had checked that swing, and Rich Garcia, the plate umpire, says no. Both of Eckersley's strikeouts have been on called 3rd strikes. Nettles leads away at first. That's a ball. 2-1. Well, after scoring 28 runs on 38 hits in the first 2 games, and with Eckersley pitching for Boston, you might feel that the Yankee attack will be slowed down.
They're tired.
Strike 2, and the count is 2-2.
38 base hits, 2 home runs, 2 triples, 3 doubles, 6 walks, a hit batter, 9 errors by the Red Sox.
Three balls and 2 strikes on White. That means that Nettles will be running from first. And a ground ball slowly to short. Burleson is up with it. Throws White out easily at the end of 1.5 to score. Yankees nothing, Boston nothing.
You know, a lot of people think Billy and I argue all the time. Actually, we agree on just about everything. Right, Bill?
You betcha, George.
We even drink the same beer.
Light beer from Miller's. Light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
And the best thing is it tastes so great.
No, George, the best thing is less filling.
No, Bill, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy, it tastes great.
Less filling, George.
Billy?
Yeah, George.
You're fired.
Oh, not again.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Every time you fly United nonstop to California, you're going to get a colossal wide-body 747 or the magnificent DC-10. Every day, every night, every United nonstop to California is a roomy 747 or DC-10. You like them, you get them, because United Airlines, including me, built the largest airline in the free world. Around you, my friend.
Fly the friendly skies.
Fan Appreciation Day is coming up at Yankee Stadium Saturday, September 30th. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Cleveland Indians that day will get one of these great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features the Yankee emblem and a brand new full-color 1978 Yankee team picture. That's Fan Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 30th.
If you're going to college, listen to this.
Bob Bailey will be the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox in the bottom half of the second. As Bill told you, seldom used. He's been to bat only 86 times all year, batting .209, but he can pop one out. He has hit 4 homers.
Good fastball hitter, Frank, especially the high fastball.
He has his rip. Ron Guidry now has struck out 216 men this year. His next strikeout will tie him for second place on the all-time Yankee list. Al Downing is second on the all-time list with 217 strikeouts in a season. Jack Chesbro is the leading strikeout pitcher for the Yankees in a single year. Although the old-timers will tell you Chesbro didn't pitch for the Yankees. He pitched for the Highlanders. And they're not kidding. They made it. Two and two on Bailey.
Guidry really popped that fastball.
Came downstairs with it, 3-2.
He's trying to keep the ball down on Bailey. Frank, he can't handle the balls down, but if you're throwing that fastball up around the letters, even up a little bit higher around the nose, here he could be a dangerous hitter.
And he walked in. Kept the ball down a little too much. And Bailey is on with the first walk given up by Guidry. You hate to walk a 200 hitter, but still that 200 hitter, as you mentioned, Bill, if you come up on him, can hit the ball out. George Scott has not been hitting well of late. Nonetheless, he is still dangerous. He looks down at his third base coach, Eddie Yost, to see if they might want him to bunt. Scott is a .239 batter, 11 home runs, 49 runs batted in. He is 0 for 7 in the series. And he does bunt. That'll move the runner up. Guidry gets over there, but Chambliss takes it unassisted.
You know, when you said that, Frank, I thought you might be kidding. It surprised me that they wanted George Scott to bunt. I'm sure he hasn't bunted too often. But evidently Zimmer wants to get on the board first in one of these ball games. The Yankees have always, these first two games, have jumped out on top. The first two games of this series. Maybe Zimmer wants to counteract that a little bit. I don't know if I'd want to give away a bat like Scott, even though he has not gotten a base hit the first two ball games.
All right, they've got the runner at second. They're counting on Hobson now to get him in. Right-hand hitter batting .245, 1 for 7 in the series. Got him popped up. Now the wind's going to play tricks with this one. Munson shading his eyes, stays with it, makes the catch. Boy, Munson find not only the wind, but also looking up into a strong sun and no benefit of sunglasses. There are 2 away.
You know, you see little things in a ball game, Frank. Of course, the obvious physical errors and the way things go. But when you start using Fred Lynn, a .290 hitter to bunt, and George Scott, a guy who can give you a 2-0 lead to bunt, then maybe it's seeping a little bit deeper here in Boston.
Frank Duffy is the batter. Duffy is making his first appearance of the series. They've got him at second base today instead of Brohammer. Brohammer's a left-hand hitter. Duffy, of course, bats right, as you can see. He's hitting .255. Foul tips it.
No, you start playing defensive baseball, you can get in a lot of trouble. Because I think the Red Sox got a pretty good ball club. Where they get their injuries back, guys who are injured feel a little bit better. They're gonna snap out of this. But start giving up outs. Shows that you're playing a little defensive baseball.
Foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I agree with you, Bill. Anytime you have a Fred Lynn or a George Scott up there to bunt.
Well, that's not. I'm not trying to second guess Zimmer. But
no,
you know, you look at a game and you see how a game develops, and you say, hey, you know, you're doing this with these guys. That's something wrong someplace.
I think it's a bonus, really.
It's a bonus for the Yankees, certainly.
Right. That's a ball, really too close to take, I would think, with 2 strikes on him. But Duffy took it, and it's in his favor, 2-2. No score here in the bottom half of the second. Runner at second, 2 out. 3-2 now on Duffy. Guidry doesn't want to walk him because the guy on deck can hurt him. Burleson. He got him. Strike 3, and that retires the side at the end of 2. Yankees nothing, Boston nothing.
Come on. Come on, come on. It's a Pepsi invitation. Come on, come on. Surprise! Come on and join our birthday celebration. Come on and join the Pepsi generation. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on. Have a Pepsi day.
They've come back. The Thoroughbreds. The Jockeys. They've come back to the Meadowlands. Always exciting thoroughbred racing is even more exciting at night. Thoroughbred racing at night is back at the Meadowlands. First race, 8 p.m. It's even more exciting at night.
Hi, I'm Billy Martin. Whenever a team goes out and wins a big game, I like to have them over to celebrate. How does Billy Martin satisfy the whole team of hungry ball players? Hey, no problem. I just pick up some Yankee Franks on the way home, then throw them on the grill, because I know that Yankee Franks and baseball players go together, like Yankee Franks and baseball. Dig in, man. You see, the Yankee Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game at home. Colonial makes them.
Number 20.
Well, after the Red Sox, the Brewers will be in at the stadium on Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th of this month. Larry Heisel, Sal Bando, Don Money and company have given the Yankees a lot of trouble this year. They've won 9 and lost 4 in the season series. Good seats are still available, so get your tickets now and be there when the Yankees battle the Brewers on the 18th and 19th of this month. Frank?
Okay, Bill White. Bucky Dant will lead off, the Yankee third. Bucky is hitting .256. He is 3 for 10 in this series. Feeling better every day. His leg finally has come around. Ball one. Guidry's 2 strikeouts now in the ball game have tied him with Al Downing for second place on the all-time Yankee list. That's a strike. 1-1.
Eckersley very tough on right-handed batters. Very tentative with Denny Eckersley. He can bear that fastball in on you and throw a slide or a curveball on the outside part of the plate, keeping you back.
Fouled it back. Eckersley's 16 wins this year are a career high for him. The most he won over at Cleveland, 14. In 3 years with the Indians, he won 13, 13, and 14. Last year, he did pitch a no-hit, no-run ball game against the California Angels. In the air to center field, Freddie Lynn battling the sun. Boy, I tell you, he never saw that ball good. He was looking at it through the glasses and through the webbing of his glove, made a one-hand play and ducked.
Here's a play again, right out into center field. We saw Lynn have a little bit of trouble there, using the glove with the sunglasses, staying with the ball, and making the catch.
Just that ball hit his glove. He ducked his head away. Rivers up for the second time. Mickey popped up to the second baseman Duffy his first trip. And they got him popped up again behind the plate. See if the wind blows it out of the way. Nope. And a good play by Fisk. He had the one-hander. The wind has let up a bit from when the game started. Willie Randolph will step in. Randolph tried to bunt for a base hit in the first inning, laid it down the third base line, but Hobson threw him out. Strike one. Eckersley this year with the Red Sox appears to be more of a pitcher. He was more of a thrower with the Indians, just reared back and fired a fastball all the time. Now he'll change speeds. Fouls that one into the Bo Sox television booth. No ball, 2-strike count. 2 outs, no score. We're in the third. 1-2. Well, he stays alive on the foul ball. Before this game is over, the shadows are going to cover the home plate area, making it tougher on the hitters. That's a ball. So I think it would behoove either team to get on the scoreboard early. As the later this game goes, the more it should help the pitchers. That'll be over the roof. The way Eckersley and Guidry have started out, though, they won't need any help from the shadows. No score. We're in the third. 2 outs. Nobody on. Sidearm pitch, and he fouled it off. He'll stay alive. It'll be out of play. Yankee players remarking about the conduct of the fans up here. Very subdued fans. Mickey Rivers told me that only 1 beer bottle had been thrown at him.
They're busy getting on their own club this series so far.
Haven't been scrapping down in the stands. Fouls off another one, so Randolph keeps wasting pitches. Mickey said the bottle was empty. Two and two count on Randolph. And he got him. Foul tip in the mid. Strikeout to retire the side. End of 2.5. The Yankees nothing and Boston nothing.
You know, for too long now, bowlers have been left out of light beer commercials, and football players have been grabbing all the glory. But bowlers know light beer from Miller tastes great. We know light's got a third less calories than the regular beer. We know light's less filling. Bowlers love light just as much as football players.
That's right.
And we also love the easy opening can.
You should. Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
You know what I want? I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla Liftback. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. From its design to the quality of workmanship to the way it handles, you can't beat what Toyota gives you. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I am going to get my money's worth.
More.
Ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
It's funny, but I found the best way to cut down on cigarettes was good smoke.
Take a tip from the people who smoke Tipperillo.
It's the kind of taste that Lotar's just couldn't give me.
I went from 2.5 packs of regular cigarettes a day to 2, maybe 3 packs of Tipperillos a week. Pretty good, huh?
My husband still enjoys smoking, but now he doesn't smoke as many cigarettes.
Tipperillo. It's a good tip.
Good stop. Go.
Let's take 5 seconds and let our stations along the Yankee TV network identify themselves.
Rick Burleson will be leading off for the Bo Sox, to be followed by Fred Lynn and Jim Rice. Time is called as the third base umpire, Marty Springstead, retrieves a beach ball, inflated ball, balloon, something. And now we're ready to go. Burleson single to center field his first time up. High fastball. Guidry gave up 2 hits in the first inning, but both men were stranded when Yaz bounced to first and Fisk was called out on strikes. They shade Burleson, as you can see, a bit to the left side on the infield with Piniella in right, very shallow, extremely shallow right field. 2 balls and a strike. Three and one. You can see the infield setup from the camera high above first base. He went for a pitch out of the strike zone there. There was that Guidry pitch down and in. Looked like it was out of the strike zone, and Burleson took a cut at it. 3-2 count. He walks. The second walk given up by Guidry, and for 2 innings in a row, he has walked the leadoff man. The Red Sox have had the leadoff man on in all 3 innings.
Well, last time Lynn was up, Frank, they used him to sacrifice. I'm feeling that Zim will go more aggressively this time and let the left-hander swing away. Nope.
Off the first base side, and Chambliss will have to play back to Randolph. It is a 3-4 sacrifice, moving Burleson down to second.
Here it is again. Ball bunted nicely by Lynn. He turns around and gets the ball to Chambliss. And Chris doesn't even look at second base. He makes the one short, and Willie Randolph is there. The Red Sox continuing to play for just 1 run.
That is their 3rd sacrifice. Bob Levin, the Yankee skipper, with Yogi Berra. Reggie Jackson with a jacket on. Art Fowler, the pitching coach. 1 out, 1 on, and Jim Rice, the batter, had an infield hit in this situation his first time up. The ground ball deep in the hole at short and beat Dent's throw to first base. Burleson, who was at second, held. Ball one to Rice. Hard smash at Dent. He's got this one and throws him out. And again, Burleson holds his ground at second base. There are two away.
Right.
We're in the bottom half of the third. Scoreless ball game. Runner at second, 2 outs. Carl Yastrzemski, the batter. He bounced to Chambliss at first unassisted his first time up. And a weak grounder to second. Randolph throws him out. Bill White will carry along, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 3 innings. It's the Yankees nothing, the Red Sox nothing.
You want all the samples in Seattle by tomorrow? Or the deal is off?
Relax. Just relax. It'll be on your desk in the morning. Toledo? Sure. Overnight? Sure. Tomorrow? Sure. Absolutely. Positively.
Promise them anything.
You bet.
Then call Federal Express.
No problem.
Federal Express, when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight.
A pickup. That's a big investment. I just want to make sure I get my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Standard Half-Ton. Toyota's lowest price truck. If you can find a better built truck, buy it. We bet you can't. Toyota trucks are built with comfort, economy, and tough truck dependability. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Now I'm sure I'll get my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
Here's our Toyota dealer of the day, Harold Kay of Duque Imports in Millburn, New Jersey. You asked for it, Duque Imports got it. Now, once again, all box reserved and now general admission seats are completely sold out for next weekend's 3 games against the Boston Red Sox at the stadium. There's still some unreserved bleacher tickets remaining. They'll be on sale at the stadium box office only until 5 today, and if tickets remain, from 10 to 5 tomorrow. There's a limit of 4 tickets per game per person. Again, only bleacher seats remain for next weekend's Boston games at Yankee Stadium. They're being sold in advance at the stadium box office only. This change in policy has been made to avoid turning away late-coming fans and to reduce congestion in the stadium area before games. We got a quick peek at Don Zimmer, who's done a fine job this year with the Boston Red Sox, getting him off quickly, bringing him back after a losing streak, and now he's got the job of putting them together again as they're being pounded around by the Yankees. Lose the first 2 games of this series, and their 14.5 game lead earlier has been reduced to just 2. So Munson will lead off against Denny Eckersley. Here in the 4th inning, no score. Thurman's been up once, hit by a pitch, so he has not been at bat officially yet in this ball game. It'll be Munson, Jackson, and Chris Chambliss against the right-hander here in the 4th inning. Yankees have 1 base hit, and the Boston Red Sox have 2. Not much scoring going on in other baseball games in the American League. And we'll give you some scores in just a minute. Strike 1 on Munson. At the end of 1, Cleveland nothing, Detroit nothing. At the end of 1, Minnesota nothing, Milwaukee Brewers nothing. And at the end of 1, Seattle and Chicago no score. Kansas City playing at California tonight. That'll be a big ball game for those clubs. California 3.5 games behind Kansas City in the West. 2 strikes on Munson. Baltimore also playing tonight at Toronto. Red Sox with a 2-game lead over the Yankees, 5.5 over Milwaukee, and 7.5 over Baltimore. Did he check it? Evidently. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Munson. Thurman with 6 home runs, 64 runs batted in. He's 3 for 7 in the series. That might fall. Base hit for Munson. Rice will get the ball back in, and Thurman picks up his 4th base hit of the series. Leading off here in the 4th inning. And this is the first inning in this ball game so far. The Yankees have had their leadoff man on. So Munson on at first, and that'll bring on, as we watch the play again, Rice playing Munson over in right center field, plays the ball on the first hop. and Thurman holds at first base. Batter now is Reggie Jackson, who's been up once and was called out on strikes in the first inning. Eckersley so far in the ball game has not walked a Yankee, and he struck out 3. Jackson talking to home plate umpire Rich Garcia. This is the 11th meeting this year between the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Red Sox have won 6 and the Yankees 4. Final game of the series here will be tomorrow afternoon. That might be trouble. Yastrzemski charging and catches the ball. And Mutz is going to have to hurry back to first base. They're going to double him. Carl Yastrzemski really hustling into the left field corner. The wind holding that ball up for Carl to get to. And he made an excellent play, getting to the ball, catching it, getting into Duffy, and Duffy threw on back to George Scott for the double play, and they're 2 outs. And these Boston Red Sox give their captain and longtime star hand. Here's the ball hit into left field. Remember that wind is blowing from right to left. It hangs up there. Yaz really hustling in the corner. Makes a fine running catch right there. Bangs against the wall. Gets the ball into Duffy. And the throw there doubles up Mutz. 2 outs. Here's Chris Chambliss. That's out of play. I think that was Duffy that made that throw. It might have been the shortstop, Rick Burleson. I'm sure the official score will give us the official ruling. It's either 7-6-3 or 7-4-3 for the double play on Mutz. A ball and a strike on Chambliss. 2 outs and nobody on for the Yankees in the top of the 4th. There's no score in the ball game. Two and 1. Had that ball fallen in the left field corner, Mutz would have scored easily, and Jackson probably would have ended up at least at second base. But an excellent play by Carl Yastrzemski. 2-2 on Chambliss. Base hit. Rice is playing deep, so he'll be able to cut the ball, get through him, and Chambliss will go on to second base. Jim Rice playing a deep right field, looked like he might get to the ball and cut it off, but the ball went under the glove and went all the way to the wall, and they'll give Chambliss a 2-base hit. No error for Rice. Here it is again. Rice playing deep, cutting across here. Ball went under his glove. Fred Lynn alertly backing up, gets the ball in to hold Chambliss at second base. Oh, that catch by Yastrzemski, bigger than ever now. With Chambliss down at second base, 2 outs, and the batter's Greg Nettles, who singled to right his first time up. Wind really blowing hard to right here at Fenway Park. Nettles wants the second base umpire, Durwood Merrill, to move out of his line of vision. And they're going to put Nettles on intentionally. And pitch to Lou Piniella. Here's ball 2 to Nettles. Ball 3. It's the Yankees winning the first 2 games of this series. They won 15-3 and 13-2, picking up 38 base hits in those wins, 2 home runs, 2 triples, 3 doubles. The Red Sox pitchers issued 6 walks to the Yankees. They hit a batter, and they also committed 9 errors. This ball game a lot tighter, playing in the 4th inning, with 2 outs and 2 on for the Yankees, and Lou Piniella the batter. Eckersley struck out Piniella in the 2nd inning.
14. Lou Piniella.
Lou batting at .313. He has 5 home runs and 55 runs batted in. Had a double, a triple, and a home run last night. Bounced out once before being relieved in the outfield. And he scored 5 runs so far in the first 2 games. Strike one on Piniella. Yankees trying to put a little heat on Denny Eckersley here in the 4th inning. Eckersley had given the Yankees just 1 base hit through the first 3. It struck out 3. The only other Yankee base runner, Thurman Munson, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. A ball and a strike on Piniella. See how windy it is here at Fenway. That wind is blowing from left to right. Out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lou Piniella. He's made 14 starts here at Fenway this year. He's won 9 and lost none. Gives up 2.64 earned runs per game in this ballpark. One ball and 2 strikes on Lou Piniella. Yankee runners at first and second, and 2 outs in the 4th in a scoreless ball game. That might be trouble if it stays fair. It's going to slice foul and go back in the seats. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes on Lou Piniella. Lou going the other way when catching that ball and blowing it way back in the seats, foul down the right field foul line. Now Fred Lynn over talking to Jim Rice. They're going to keep him over near that line. They're also going to move him in a little shallower in right field. There'll be a gap now for Piniella in right center field. There's Chambliss at second base. Nettles is a base runner at first. There are 2 outs. Into center field, Fred Lynn with the glasses down. And the wind's blowing the ball away, and it's a foul, fair ball. 1 run scores, and Piniella will go on to second base. That wind really took that ball. It fell just out of reach of the shortstop, Rick Burleson, and the second baseman, Frank Duffy. Lynn could not get to it. Rice could not get to it. Chambliss scores, and the Yankees lead 1-0. Give Lou Piniella a double. A wind-blown double for Piniella. Here it is again. Ball hit up in the air. You see Burleson, the shortstop, going out. Coming on is Fred Lynn. Duffy going back. Now the wind grabs the ball. Duffy turns around and falls out of reach of the second baseman. Chambliss scores, and Nettles goes to third. Piniella down at second. 1-0 Yankees. Oh, everything going the Yankees' way so far these 3 games. Zimmer had been out and talked to Eckersley. Now Carlton Fisk goes out and talks to Eckersley. Roy White's a batter. They might rather pitch to Dent than White. Let's see. I'll give Piniella a double and a run batted in, and they're going to put White on to pitch to Bucky Dent. There's ball 1. This will load the bases up. Here's ball 2. Recapping the inning, Thurman Munson led off with a single to right field. Then Jackson, long fly ball into the left field corner. The wind caught it. And Carl Yastrzemski really hustling all the way, running hard from left center field all the way in the corner, made the catch. Munson was all the way around second base, and before he could get back to first, they doubled him up. Then Champ was doubled to right field. Ball scooting under the right fielder, Jim Rice. Nettles was intentionally passed. Then Piniella hit a looping fly ball into center field. The wind caught it and blew it into right center. Nobody could catch it. Chambliss scoring. As we look at Don Zimmer. The Yankees lead 1-0. They decided to put White on, so the bases are now loaded with 2 outs, and here's Bucky Dent. Dent has an 8-game hitting streak going. He's been up once against Eckersley and fly to center field. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Yankees ahead 1-0 here in the 4th inning. That'll be back out of play on top of the stands here at Fenway Park. Bucky 2 for 7 in the series so far. He scored a couple of runs. Batting at .256. 4 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Out of play, 2 strikes on Dent. Yankees 1 run on 4 base hits. The Red Sox no runs on 2 base hits against Ryan Guidry. Still in the 4th inning. Yankees have in the 4th. Bases loaded and 2 outs. One ball, 2 strikes. And Dent decides to back off as Eckersley wanted a couple of signs from Carlton Fisk. Fisk went through him, and evidently he did not put anything down that Eckersley wanted to throw. That'll be out of play. The wind should get it. Scott's over there. Wind moves it about 7 rows back. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Bucky Dent. Wind really whipping up here at Fenway Park. Blowing toward right field, straight in sometimes from center field. Sun's in the center fielder's eyes, in this case Fred Lynn. Base hit! 1 run will score. Piniella is really hustling home. He'll score. And both runners advance another base. And the Yankees lead 3-0. Bucky Dent coming through. He's now hit in 9 straight ball games.
Oh, Bucky with that clutch base hit, Bill. They're going to give Yastrzemski an error as we watch it again. Big clutch base hit. Now watch Yaz come over and bobble the ball here. Nettles scores there. Yaz just bobbled it, and both runners advanced after stopping. White to third, Dent in his second.
And the Yankees lead 3-0. Bucky Dent, 2 more big runs batted in. He now has 34. And here's Mickey Rivers. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Mickey is popped up and fouled out. He's 0 for 2. Just missed outside, ball 1.
Imagine if Yaz hadn't made that great play on Munson.
Oh.
It'd be one of those innings like the last 2 games.
2 balls, no strikes on Mickey Rivers. Once again here, Eckersley pitching the left-hander very carefully. He's got a right-hander, Willie Randolph, on deck. A right-handed hitter. That's out of play. Rivers trying to go the other way with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. Ball's too low. Eckersley can afford to pitch carefully to Rivers. Willie Randolph, a right-handed hitter's on deck, and Denny is a lot tougher on right-handers than left-handers with that sidearm delivery of his. Base hit. 2 runs might score. Yes, throws home. Bucky Dent will score, and the Yankees now lead 5-0. Mickey Rivers going the other way all the way. Eckersley got behind, 3 balls and a strike, came in, and Rivers slapped it to left field for a base hit, scoring 2 runs. Very happy Yankee bench.
Here's that last play. Watch Mickey just reach out and slap that ball right there. Swung down on it, and Yaz makes a good play, keeping it from going by him. Then he tries to throw home the 2-run score, and on that throw, Rivers went to second base. I don't know whether they've given Mickey a double or a single.
Probably a single, and he goes to second base on the throw. That's Tom Bergmeyer up throwing. Here's Willie Randolph. Willie waves at a breaking ball way out of the strike zone. Randolph has bunted a runner over. Actually tried to bunt for a base hit in the first inning. Did not bunt a runner over, and the third baseman, Butch Hobson, threw him out. He also struck out in the third.
Yankees had scored 5 times after 2 men were out in this inning.
And it's 1-1. The Yankees playing aggressive baseball, Scooter. When Frank was here, we were talking about how the Red Sox are really backed up. They're using the sacrifice with guys who normally hit the ball fairly well.
That's right, Joe. They're moaning in the press room and in all the press out there.
Wild pitch, and Rivers will go to third base. Mickey's limping to third. It's cool and windy out there, and you hope that in hanging around their second base, that leg hasn't stiffened up on him.
Here's that last pitch. And look at how far that missed the plate and Fisk. Strange thing, Eckersley was in command during the first 3 innings, but he got a little bit of trouble here, and he seemed to change his whole pitching style. Seemed to stiffen up a little bit, wasn't as relaxed. Pitching to the 9th man in the order here in the 4th inning.
3 balls and a strike on Willie Randolph. Ball 4. Randolph walked, and the Yankees have batted around. According to my stats, Phil, this is the 4th time in this 3-game series the Yankees have batted around.
Yes, I said it was very unusual in the first 3 innings not to see the bases loaded several times. Well, Thurman started the inning off.
Oh, Yankee runners at first and third. 2 outs. Yankees ahead 5-0. They've scored all 5 runs here in the 4th inning. And Munson led it off with a single to right field. He was doubled up as Yastrzemski made a great play on a fly ball into the left field corner by Reggie Jackson. Yastrzemski doubled Munson up at first base. There goes Randolph. And the ball just nicks Munson's bat and goes up against the screen, and Randolph will have to go back.
Willie knew he had that base stolen standing up. He had some jump as Eckersley was concentrating on Munson. Hey, Bill, Reggie's got that warm-up jacket on again today. Nobody's said, oh, somebody must have just said something. Just as I mentioned that, he's taking it off. So you were right. You're not allowed to wear it.
How you doing?
I wish I'd have thought of that line. Don Connie said, because you said so.
2 strikes on Munson. You know, they constantly change rules on.
Yeah, I know it.
Just reading about all the rules changes in college football this year.
Oh, they've been a ton.
Randolph's going. That might fall. Lynn cannot get to the ball. Rivers scores. Randolph will hold at third base, and the Yankees lead 6-0.
And here comes Don Zimmer, and I tell you, the wind, of course, it's the same for both teams, but the Red Sox have had problems all day. Lynn almost lost a couple, lucky to catch him. I was remarking early in the ball game, Bill White, how shallow Rivers was playing, even with Rice and Yastrzemski up, but it's paid off. It's going to be tough to hit it over an outfielder's head. And Eckersley, who has not lost a game all year here at Fenway, is being taken out of the ball game. As the Yankees come up with another 6-run inning and still going. Eckersley works 3 2/3 innings. Charged with 7 base hits, 6 runs so far. He walked 3, all of them here in the 4th inning, 2 of them intentionally. Struck out 3. And the runners at 1st and 3rd will be his responsibility as Bergmeyer comes on. This is the 2nd time Bergmeyer has been called on or relieved. I see where Mike Torres volunteered to relieve in this series if needed. All right, Munson's had 2 hits in the same inning. Lou Piniella did that. Bill was telling you the Yankees have batted around several times in this series. And Reggie's got the jacket on again as he waits for Bergmeyer to complete his warm-ups. I tell you, the Red Sox and their fans are in a state of shock up here. First 2 games, 28 runs the Yankees scored. And the Sox a little jittery in the field, quite a bit jittery.
Your buddy Joe Garagiola is here, and he said that the first time in a long time the Red Sox have seen the light at the end of the tunnel. The only bad part's on the front of the Yankee freight train.
I tell you, it's the first time really all year in this series that the Red Sox have seen the Yankees at what could be considered 75% of their strength. The other times was when Messersmith, Gullett, and they missed Guidry and Figueroa in all the series that we played against them.
And it's just flip-flop now. The Red Sox are playing about 75% because of disabilities and injuries. So Bergmeyer's finished. The Yankees have runners at 1st and 3rd. There are 2 outs. The Yankees have scored 6 times here in the 4th inning and lead 6-0. And the batter is Reggie Jackson, who is struck out and flied to left field. Jackson, a 3-run home run last night and a single the night before to get the Yankees off and going. That was a hanger. Just missed it. And that wind is blowing toward right field. 1 strike on Jackson. Phil mentioned Bergmeyer was roughed up earlier in the series by the Yankees. Well, 1-1. Bergmeyer got in the ball game last night, pitched 1 2/3 innings, coming on in the 2nd inning.
It's like Reggie's having a little problem there, coughing a little bit, getting his wind.
Bergmeyer gave up 4 runs on 6 hits in 1 2/3 innings. Back out there this afternoon. And that'll be a wild pitch. Randolph will score. The Yankees lead 7-0. Munson going down to 2nd base. Fastball. They charge a fastball instead of a wild pitch. Ball's a little far out. Let's see, Scooter.
Yeah,
that should have been a wild pitch, right? That ball hit in front of Fitz.
No, it hit at the end of his glove, Bill. I wish they'd play it one more time.
I thought it hit in front of him, bounced, get past his glove. Well, anyway, the run counts. 2-1 on Jackson. Fouled off first base. Gives Stick an error. First mistake the Yankees have made this afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jackson. And Reggie bounces out of the way of a hanging curveball. 3-2.
Good thing that was a hanging curveball, because Reggie digs in there and waits till the last second. And he was able to spin around. He did spin.
Magley used to knock guys down with his curveball. You ever bat against Sal? Sal Magley.
Oh, yes. World Series. Quite a few times.
Good curveball. Huh?
Oh.
Excellent breaking ball. That's fouled back. Reggie just missed that breaking ball. He's going almost exclusively with curveballs to Jackson. And he's hung 2 of them. Well, the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Mutson down at second base. The Yankees leading 7-0 over Boston. They've scored all 7 runs in the 4th inning. 7 runs on 7 base hits. The Red Sox no runs on 2 base hits against Ron Guidry. Ball 4. Jackson walks. Fastball almost hit him. Oh, Jackson's at first base as we look at Clyde King. Bob Lemon standing up behind Clyde King. Here's Chris Chambliss, who has flied to center field and doubled to right and scored. Chambliss, the 12th Yankee batter here in the 4th inning. Ball 1. One and one. Well, Cleveland's leading Detroit 2-0 at the end of 3. Milwaukee, Minnesota, no score through 3, and Seattle leading the Chicago White Sox 3-0 at the end of 3. Baltimore playing Toronto tonight, and Kansas City playing at California tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chambliss. Lynn with the glasses down in center field, and the side is retired. Yankees send 12 men up, 7 of them scored at the end of 3.5. The Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Good heavens, we're controlling inflation again. First our dollar stretcher fares, now our dollar stretcher holidays. We'll put you up at a decent hotel like that one for 7 nights for $77. Well, it is our island, so we know which way the wind blows better than anyone. Right now it's blowing me home. British Airways takes more care of you in the sky above and on the earth below. For details on everything, descend on your travel agent.
We both love all the Colonial bacons. The only question is, Jim, which one is the best?
Let's see, Billy. The special cut bacon?
Cut from where the bacon's best.
Colonial's maple sugar cured bacon with a Vermont country flavor. The lean taste of Colonial beef strips, a tasty beef blend.
You know, that's good, too.
Or Colonial smoky strips, a delicious combination of pork and bacon.
Well, Jim, what's your favorite?
So far, the first 4.
Next time you cook, and I'll choose.
Colonial bacons. Which one is best?
Some New York City kids are not getting into school this September because that's the law. The law says if your kids don't have their shots for dangerous diseases like mumps, measles, and polio, they aren't getting into school. The law also says they must go to school, so you have no choice. Get your kids their shots. Call 349-2664 to get free shots now. Remember, no shots, no school. It's the law.
Public service announcement courtesy of Con Edison. Well, Ron Guidry had a long rest on that bench. And, you know, the way the wind is blowing, sure they've kept him warm down there. Same thing had happened to Catfish Hunter and to Jim Beattie. When the Yankees have a long inning, you sit on that bench. You love to have the runs. Guidry, might be a little bit of a state of shock with his 7 run lead here going into the 4th inning, Bill. They don't usually get many runs for Ron.
No, they don't, Scooter. Yankees batted around twice in the opener here, and they batted around once last night.
Number 27.
And they batted around once here already. The top of this inning, scoring 7 times. So Carlton Fisk leads off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th. The Yankees ahead 7-0. Fisk called out on strikes in the 1st inning. He's 3 for 6 in the series. It is 20th home run. He has 79 runs batted in and takes a strike. Against Guidry, it'll be Fisk, Bailey, and George Scott, all right-handed batters. Hit the bat. 2 strikes. Well, you mentioned the Yankee outfielders playing shallow, Scooter, and that's certainly a great difference from the way the Yankees are playing and the way the Red Sox outfield's playing.
That's right. The Yankees very aggressive, as you mentioned. They just doing everything and doing it right.
Munson did not hold the ball. Fisk got a piece of it, fouled it off, came in and out, went in and out of the glove, so it's still 2 strikes. Fisk evidently playing with sore ribs.
Yeah, he had cracked ribs, I guess, earlier in the season, and boy, they take a long time to heal. There's Cedric Tallis.
Yankee vice president. That'll be out of play. Wind will take it back out. Munson gives chase, but it goes out of play. Still 2 strikes on Fisk. Of course, Munson's been playing with assorted injuries all year. Beamed here Friday night.
Boy, not many players
not Friday
would
night.
come
That was
back.
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Not many players would be able to come back and play the next day.
One ball, 2 strikes on Fisk. Remember the game down in Baltimore when Etchebarren bowled over Munson, came right back the next day?
Couldn't believe it. I thought Munson had broken back and everything else.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Fisk. Three and 2. Guidry was ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Now Fisk has worked the count full, 3 and 2. Carlton leading off for the Red Sox in the 4th inning. 7-0 Yankees. Still 3 and 2. Ron Guidry looking for his 21st win of the year. He's had an excellent year. In fact, he's had 2 straight great years for the Yankees. Still 3 and 2. Ron won his 20th last Monday, beating the Tigers 9-1 at Yankee Stadium. A complete game, pitched a 5-hitter, struck out 8. And he has won his last 5 decisions and 7 of his last 8. Just low. Guidry's been a little bit low on his walks, and Fisk walks.
You know, they've had the leadoff man on every inning so far, and I'm sure they're not going to bunt this time.
Don't be so sure. Bob Bailey's a batter. Bailey walked on a low pitch in the 2nd inning. That's a 3rd walk given up by Ron Guidry. And he averages 2.42 walks per 9 innings. He averages 8.43 strikeouts per 9 innings. Bailey takes the ball. Jam was behind Fisk at first. Two balls, no strikes. You mentioned Scooter sitting on that bench a long time really throws your rhythm off.
Oh, yes.
Might be two. Dent. Randolph. Easy double play. 6-4 to 3. And they're 2 outs.
You know, Bill, that would have been an automatic take back in the days when I was playing. I know baseball has changed. Down 7-0. He had just walked Fisk, had a 2-0 count on the batter. I know it was a good pitch to hit. I'm not second-guessing Bailey or Zimmer, but I'm just saying, in the old days, you make that pitcher pitch when he's getting a little wild.
Well, there are 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a boomer, George Scott. He sacrificed. The 5th time he sacrificed all year, back in the 2nd inning after Bailey had walked. At that time, of course, the score, there was no score. It was 0-0. The Red Sox wanted to get on the board first. Now they're down 7-0 as Scott takes low, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. Willie Randolph at second. That should do it here in the 4th inning. At the end of 4, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox 0.
Can I help you? Oh, I was just looking. Sir? I was just looking for a loan, but, boy, you're so busy here.
We're never too busy to make loans at Manufacturers Hanover.
You sure?
Sure. Mr. Summers, this gentleman would like to apply for a loan.
Oh, sit down, sir. I just need a little information.
Right, yeah, I got most of that right here. Now, here's my honorable discharge from the Coast Guard. Picture me right there. A letter of recommendation here from my high school gym teacher. Not much, but what? Oh, Seaview, auxiliary police, just weekends. Pastrami on tomorrow. Hi, how you doing?
Sir, we don't need your life story for a loan. Just fill out this form. At Manufacturers Hanover, we want you to have that loan as much as you do.
We make over 2,000 loans a week.
One reason we make so many loans is when you have a checking and savings account with us, you can get up to 0.5% off your yearly interest rate.
You mean I can save money while I'm borrowing money?
We're trying to make banking the way you want it to be.
Well, that's the way I want it to be.
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be.
A new soft drink has come to town with a taste from Sun-Kissed that'll turn you around.
I'm drinking up good vibrations, sun-kissed orange tea sensations, bubbly orange jubilations, sun-kissed kiss, a taste sensation. I'm giving out orange vibrations, bubbly sun-kissed sensations, sun-kissed is giving out good vibrations.
Now Greg Nettles will lead off against Tom Bergmeyer. In the 5th inning, the Yankees lead 7-0. Nettles has singled, and he's been intensely passed, and he scored a run. Nettles now batting at .276, leads the Yankees in home runs with 23. George Scott. Bergmeyer covering, 1 away. Here's Lou Piniella, hit a little fly ball into shallow right center that fell for double, driving in the Yankees' first run in that 4th inning. The Yankees scored all 7 of those runs, as Scooter mentioned, with 2 men out. Ball 1 on Piniella. One and one on Lou Piniella. Lou has really been hitting the ball well this series. Went 3 for 4 last night, a double, a triple, and a home run. And he's 1 for 2 here. Rice in right field. Had him played perfectly. 2 outs. Here's Roy White. He'll turn around, bat right-handed against Tom Bergmeyer. White bats .235 left-handed, .289 right-handed. Ball one. Hobson under his glove and also under Burroughs' glove, and White has a base hit. That is what you call a seeing eye base hit.
Right under both the gloves.
Wait, we better wait on this official scorer, though. He hasn't said anything yet.
They're putting a hit up.
Oh, okay. So White's on at first base, 2 outs. Here's Bucky Dent. He got a big base hit in the 4th inning. Had 2 strikes on him. And single to left center field, driving in 2 runs, giving the Yankees a 3-0 lead. What?
They changed it now.
Oh, give Hobson an error. That's a tough error.
Yes, it is.
Also tough on Roy White. E5. It's a 10th error in this 3-game series by the Boston Red Sox.
Right. 2, 6, and 2. Yep.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a 10th error. 2, 6, 7.
They had 7 errors?
They got 2 here today?
Yeah, they made an error.
Well, that's the 11th error then.
It's the 11th error.
Yep. They had 7 last night.
Oh. 11 errors then.
Yeah, they gave Yaz an error.
Yeah.
Last inning. Forgot about that one.
Garcia making some delayed calls on strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You've been watching George Maloney. Want to be sure. And Hobson comes up with it, makes the play to second base. Sides retired, no runs, no hits, and error, 1 man left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. The Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Here's to good friends.
Here we go.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and sent out for Pete's. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get was lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the word.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
How long do you want your car to last?
Forever. Now, don't laugh. She's already gone over 90,000 miles and without a major engine repair. I try to take good care of her. I give her regular checkups, and the only motor oil I ever use is Quaker State.
Quaker State can't promise everyone mileage like Mr. Miles gets, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
Guess that's why Quaker State's the best-selling motor oil in America.
For too long, our criminal justice system seemed to protect the criminal more than society. But under my administration, we're changing that. We've passed tough laws so that dangerous criminals, young or old, go to prison faster and stay there longer. We're making it harder to plea bargain or get out on parole. And we've opened new courts to try violent criminals. These are the toughest anti-crime laws in the history of New York State. They're meant to ensure that our criminal justice system does a better job of fighting crime and protecting you.
Some quick scores at the end of 5, Seattle 3 and the White Sox 3. Honeycutt against Francisco Barrios. Tom Pechora got his 3rd homer of the year for Seattle, and Rusty Torres, his 2nd since being called up by the White Sox. Detroit came up with 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th. They lead Cleveland 4-2 at the end of 4½. That's Sid Mungie against Dave Rosemer. And Milwaukee 2, Minnesota 0, end of 4½. Here the Yankees lead 7-0. William?
And this is Butch Hobson, who made that fine play to end last inning. Butch diving well to his left and forcing White at second base after being given an error, a tough error, on a bouncer off the bat of White. That's going to hook foul. 2 strikes on Hobson. Guidry so far has walked 3 and struck out just 2. He now has 217 strikeouts. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's out of play on top of the roof here at Fenway. Yankees 7 runs on 7 base hits. They picked up all 7 runs in the 4th inning. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Butch Hobson. But the fact that Hobson has to play, Scooter, points out the Yankee depth so far.
Absolutely.
Red Sox feel they have nobody capable of replacing Hobson, so he's got to play with that bad elbow.
They got the third baseman. There are 3 of them playing down in Pawtucket, and they've got over 50 errors between the 3.
54 errors.
54, right.
3 and 2 on Hobson. Well, in each of the first 4 innings, the Sox leadoff batter's gotten on. Last 3 by walks. Struck him out with a bad pitch. Ball high and away. 3rd strikeout. Let's take 5 seconds for station identification.
Hey, Duffy.
Can't believe they're booing an Irishman up here as Duffy comes up. That was a tough ball he lost in the sun.
Booing Hobson.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
On the way back? Oh, okay. I kind of figured there was something wrong there.
Well, Duffy struck out his first time up. He hasn't really, this is the first game he's been in of the 3. So he hasn't had a chance to contribute.
Right.
Guidry did strike him out in the 2nd inning. Too high, ball 1. One and 1. Duffy, a graduate of Stanford. 1 and 2. Beatty was supposed to get married after the ball game.
I think tomorrow he's getting married.
But he's going to get married tomorrow in Syracuse, New York.
Says he'll have a 1-day honeymoon.
The day off?
Yep.
Monday. Struck him out. Guidry's 4th strikeout, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Let's go from the shortstop. Wilson.
And the batter is Rick Burleson, who was singled and walked. Strike called on Burleson. Guidry now, 219 strikeouts. He's 2 past Al Downing. Now he's going for Jack Chesborough, 239.
The all-time Yankees strikeout pitcher. And you'd look at him, you'd never believe it.
Nope.
Looks like a 2-iron out there.
Jack Chesborough, now Ron Guidry, then Al Downing with 217. Bob Turley, 210. Whitey Ford, 209. Russ Ford, 209 in 1910. Got him! Guidry strikes out the side. And at the end of 5, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Oh, doesn't anybody give you your money's worth these days?
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla 2-door sedan, Toyota's lowest price car. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't, because Toyotas are built with the economy and reliability you're asking for. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Finally, I'm getting my money's worth.
More.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
Got the best darn burger in the whole wide world. Hit it, kids. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Guys?
Burger King and I.
Who's looking pretty sharp now?
Who's shining up the floor?
Who's slicing fresh tomatoes? Who tries to give you more? Let's open up the door.
Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Burger King and I. Who's got that juicy flame broiled burger that's never fried? Who's got Coke and crispy French fries? It's Burger King and I. Burger King and I. Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Who's got the best darn burger in the whole wide world? Burger King and I.
Mickey Rivers will lead off for the Yankees here in the 6th inning. The Yankees lead 7-0 over the Bo Sox. Rivers got a big 2-run single to left field his last time up in the Yankees' 7-run 4th inning. He's also fouled out and popped up. He's 1 for 3. The 2 RBIs give him 44. Ball 1 on Rivers. That's out of play. No chance for Hobson. See the shadows gradually easing out toward the playing field, and the further it get out, the tougher it'll be to see the baseball for the batter. Put out 1-3, and there's 1 away. Ball bounced back to Berkmeyer down the first baseline. That'll bring on Willie Randolph. The Yankees find second baseman. Hobson threw him out trying to bunt in the 1st inning. He struck out in the 3rd, walked, and scored in the 4th. Scored on a pass ball. Strike 1 on Randolph. And during the 3 games, we've seen the Yankees score in just about every way you can possibly score in a ball game. One ball and 1 strike. Willie now batting at .273. He has 3 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Two and 1. Three balls and a strike. Berkmeyer trying to get that either a slider or curveball over the outside corner and missed with it. Not a big breaking pitch. Once that fastball outside. Ball 4, and Randolph walks. For the 2nd time in the ball game, he'll be at first base. 1 away. And third, Munson's a batter. Munson is 2 for 2. Single to right field in the 4th inning. And single to center, driving in a run in the 5th. Check that in the 4th. So he got 2 base hits in the 4th inning. Had to carry the scoring over from the 4th to the 5th. Yankees keep batting around, Scooter. We're going to have 2 columns for each inning.
It's all right.
Might be trouble. Yastrzemski will not. Yes, he will get it. Carl Yastrzemski in the corner made a diving backhanded catch. I tell you, you've got to give the captain credit. He's the oldest player out on the field and probably hustling more than anybody.
He has made 2 sparkling defensive plays. That double play on Jackson's ball was fantastic, and this one even more so. And he's acknowledging. We got to look at it again. Yastrzemski giving no thought about sliding on the cinder out there, the running track. Look at that. And holding on to it.
Playing with a bad right wrist. So Yaz comes out with his 2nd sparkler here this afternoon. There are 2 outs. Randolph got back to first base, and here's Reggie Jackson's a batter. Ball 1 on Jackson. Chicago and Seattle now tied 3-3 at the end of 6. Milwaukee leading Minnesota 2-0 at the end of 5. To Hobson at 3rd. He's got plenty of time. and makes the play. The side's retired. No runs, no hits, a man left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up. The Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing.
Here's to good friends.
Here he comes.
Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, we almost gave up and sent out for Pete's. Sorry. All I could get were lobsters and Lowenbrow. All I could get was lobsters and Lowenbrow. Well, it's the last party of the summer. I figured I'd shoot the word.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Aerosol. Not an economical way to apply deodorant. In fact, you'd use up this 4-ounce can of the leading aerosol, buy another, use it up, buy a third, use it up, before you'd use up 1 2.5-ounce Speed Stick. Men's Speed Stick is solid deodorant. An even, effective layer of protection you apply directly. Nothing's wasted. That's why 3 million more Americans took our advice. They got off the can. They got on the stick.
Hi, I'm Lou Pinella. Whenever I have a minute, I like to find out what's happening in other sports, so I call Sports Phone. 999-1313. That's 999-1313. It's fast and it's first with news about all sports. Hey, they won! Gotta go now. If you can't get to the game, get to the phone. Sports Phone. 999-1313.
Well, we got to change. Paul Blair has gone in to give Mickey Rivers a rest as we look at that play again by Carl Yastrzemski. This was a great play. Wind blowing the ball away from him. He had a dive, roll over. That's the second great play of the ball game. Well, this score could be 14-0 right now.
There's Blair playing center field, replacing Mickey Rivers. Fred Lynn leads off. He has not been at bat officially yet. He sacrificed both times up. Out of play, foul off first base and into the Red Sox dugout. Lynn batting at .295, 20 home runs and 68 runs batted in. Broken bat pop-up, might come back. Paul Blair coming on, playing a shallow center field and making the catch.
I tell you, that Blair is something. You don't lose anything defensively when Rivers goes out and Blair comes in, that's for sure.
Oh, we're talking about that, you and I, and we had Frank, and just watched again, ball, broken bat, and Blair playing a shallow center field, getting a good job, really hustling in with his glasses down. Well, the Yankees not only have Blair, they've got Thomason, they've got John Stone, they've got Spencer to play first base, they've got Stanley, they've got Ramos. They've got Heath to relieve Munson. They haven't used Parky Lyle or Goose Gossage in the first 2 games yet. Jim Rice, strike 1. The Red Sox strapped with having to play injured veterans. Nettles at third. In the dirt, but scooped up by Chambliss. Chris Chambliss went down, dug it out. 2 outs. And the hand is building up for the captain of this ball club, Carl Yastrzemski. Stands recognizing the great hustle Yaz has shown here. He's bounced to first and bounced to second, 0 for 2. Blair in right center. That does it. 3 up, 3 down. Phil Rizzuto will take you over the next 3 at the end of 6. The Yankees 7, the Boston Red Sox nothing.
I won't get stuck like this again. Next time, I want a car that gives me my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. Because Toyotas are built for comfort, durability, and performance. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
Buy me, I'll get my money's worth.
More. You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
I joined a move to Michelin.
I joined the move to Michelin.
I joined the move to Michelin.
You should too. Michelin's the one that introduced the radio. And Michelin makes only radios. Michelin's the one that's made radios longer than anybody else in the world. Michelin's the one to insist on.
Join the move to Michelin.
For real tire satisfaction, think Michelin first. We're second to none.
Take care of the pennies, and the dollars will take care of themselves.
You should be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
With money as tight as it is, more people are coming to Sunoco's penny pinching pump for $1.90, the quality gas that sells below our regular, and $2.20, it sells below our premium. And most cars that run on regular or premium can use them. So come to Sunoco's penny pinching pump.
Don't let money burn a hole in your pocket.
Because a penny saved is truly a penny earned.
All right, we get ready to go here in the top of the 7th inning, and Chris Chambliss will lead it off. Chambliss has line to center, double to right center, and fly to center. He was up twice in the 4th inning. Now we got to kind of wait. No, we got the okay to go ahead. Yankees lead 7-0 here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss at a good curve by Bergmeyer. All 7 runs are charged to Dennis Eckersley. Remember, Eckersley has not lost a game. He's 9-0 here at Fenway Park and had beaten the Yankees 3 straight times. Tipped his bat, strike 2. Chambliss had checked his swing, but it nicked the bat. That'll be out of play as the wind takes it back into the crowd. This wind is unbelievable. It has benefited the Yankees. Red Sox have had problems with it on fly balls. All except Yastrzemski. Got him on a sidearm curveball. So Bergmeyer picks up his first strikeout since coming on in the ball game.
Number 9.
And he'll work to Greg Nettles. Greg has singled, had an intentional walk and scored, and bounced to first base. Nettles at .275, 23 homers, and 79 runs batted in. Strike 1. See Greg talking to Garcia, thought it was inside. Drive to deep right. This is going to carry, I believe. Rice back. Nope. Son of a gun. Look at that. Leaning against the bullpen wall. He played that beautifully. But I thought the wind might just carry it over his head. Fine defensive play by Jim Rice. As Nettles just misses a home run. Rice is leaning, trying to push that wall back. And as big as he is, he might have pushed it a couple inches. Watch this. Leaning right against it. Ball actually above the top of the bullpen fence. Some fine defensive plays by the Red Sox in the outfield have kept the score at 7-0. And here's Piniella, struck out, hit that wind-blown double, scored a run, drove in a run, and lined deep to right. Foul ball, strike 1. Tom Bergmeyer. Starting pitchers for the Red Sox have really been shelled in these first 3 games. Another big one to go tomorrow, and we'll have it for you right here on WPIX. Foul, that'll be back and out of play. Fisk will run out of room. We'll be on the air at 2 o'clock on 11 Alive. Lined up base hit to left field. Oh, man, that Piniella is hitting that ball. 3 hits last night, 2 hits here today.
Number 6, Roy White.
And now Roy White. Roy bounced to short, received an intentional walk, and should have had a base hit, but the official scorer charged Butch Hobson with an error on a ground ball that went by him to his left. 2 men out. Yankees lead 7-0. Strike 1. Speaking of a life, Jerry Gerard should be 10 feet tall about now. He is some Yankee fan. Worries. In the dirt. 1-1 on Roy White. He has really been a true Yankee fan, though, ever since I have known him. I don't imagine he gets in too many fights. 2 balls and a strike. The veteran Roy White. Boy, I tell you, when the Yankees have needed him and he's been called on, he has come through. Especially tough against these Red Sox. Outside, 3-1. 2 men out. Line to center. Lynn right there, though. Makes the catch. That ball hit right on the nose. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. End of 6.5. Yankees 7, Red Sox nothing.
When you're a lifeguard, you practice all you can, because saving a few seconds may save a few lives. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
How do I get a checking account that won't cost me anything?
At Manufacturers Hanover, just keep $400 in a savings or checking account, and your checking is free.
Well, you see, now I'm going to be writing a lot of checks. I got, look here, I got Plant of the Month Club, Cheese of the Month Club, and then I got Shirley Psychiatry bills, and that's my canary. She's afraid of height.
Oh.
Do you have your own problems? All right, just fine, thank you. What I'm trying to say is, what would happen if I accidentally bounce a check?
You can apply for overdraft protection.
Really? Where do I sign?
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be.
A college education should include music appreciation.
Well, after next weekend's series between the Yankees and the Red Sox at the stadium, the Milwaukee Brewers will be in Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th. They've given the Yankees more than they could bargain for so far this year, winning 9 out of 13 games. Good seats are still available, so you'll want to get your tickets now and be there when the Yankees battle the Brewers the 18th and 19th. You know, seats are sold out for the Red Sox series, so a chance to see your Yankees with good seats available with the Brewers in town, and they are certainly no slouches this year. That'll be on the 18th and 19th at Yankee Stadium. Well, Bill Rizzuto, quite a surprising ball game again this afternoon.
Oh, I tell you, Frank, it's unbelievable what the Yankees are doing up here at Fenway. Carlton Fisk is the batter. We got a new left fielder. I believe it's Jay Johnstone in left. Bounce. Look. Uh-oh. Guidry threw his glove. I hope it didn't hit it. They throw him out. Let's see if there's an argument.
I hope Guidry's not hurt. He caught his spikes out there in the grass.
Yes, he did.
I think the glove just slipped off his hand. I don't think they'll consider it a thrown glove. But now Monahan is out, and Guidry, catching his spikes, may have injured himself.
I tell you, Hunter getting hurt, and then Munson getting hit on the head. And they're going to let Guidry throw a couple of pitches. And that's the one guy you cannot afford to lose at any time during the year.
It's just been so great for the Yankees this year, and again this afternoon, testing his leg and says he's all right. Well, there's a case where you don't want Guidry to favor that leg and hurt his arm in any way, but I think that he is mature enough and certainly knows enough not to force things. That was Jay Johnstone out in left field, Scooter.
Okay, Frank, thank you. Well, they might, just to play safe, start getting somebody loose in the bullpen. Whew, that was scary. Bailey has walked and hit into a double play. Ball one. And he's got those racehorse legs. Look at them, how skinny they are. The whole body, as a matter of fact. Hopped it up. Now, Willie Randolph will have to stay with this one. He waves Pinello away, but Pinello waves Randolph off and makes the catch. Yankees really playing aggressive ball, Frank. Seems like the wind hasn't bothered them, not 1/10 as much as it bothered the Red Sox fielders.
That's very true. And Pinella benefited by that wind on his base hit, which turned out to be a key hit in the ball game. On his fly ball to center field, he wasn't about to let that wind blow one away from him.
All right, big George Scott sacrificed and bounced to second base. The Yankees leading 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Bouncer deep is Nettles at shortstop and throws him out. Boy, Nettles was way over there. So 3 up, 3 down. Third inning in a row. At the end of 7, Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
The closer you shave, boy. The closer you shave, boy. The more you will need. The more you will need. Great balls of comfort. Great balls of comfort. To do it with ease. Great balls of comfort. Oh, just like Noxzema. Noxzema. Premium. Great balls of comfort to you.
The closer you shave, the more you need soothing, medicated Noxzema.
Great balls of comfort to you.
If you're not smoking a White Owl miniature, you're missing out on a whole lot of cigar for not a whole lot of money. Natural wrapper, a blend of terrific tobaccos. Doesn't that shape have character? Come on, where are you going to find a better small cigar for the money? The White Owl miniature. We got them. We're going to get you. We'll get you.
Some New York City kids are not getting into school this September because that's the law. The law says if your kids don't have their shots for dangerous diseases like mumps, measles, and polio, they aren't getting into school. The law also says they must go to school, so you have no choice. Get your kids their shots. Call 349-2664 to get free shots now. Remember, no shots, no school. It's the law.
Public service announcement courtesy of Con Edison. Well, this ball game doesn't end up the series. These clubs play again tomorrow afternoon. And we'll have all the action for you at 2 o'clock with Ed Figueroa pitching for the Yankees and the rookie Bobby Sproul pitching for the Boston Red Sox. Little sideline in the ball game tomorrow when Sproul pitches for Boston. If Heath is in for the Yankees, you'll see a former American Legion battery.
From Tampa, Florida.
That's right. Sproul was a pitcher and Heath a catcher down in Tampa. There's the Yankee bullpen with Tidrow and Lindblad up and throwing. Tidrow and Lindblad.
I don't think they're going to take any chances with Guidry, Frank.
I don't blame them.
Bucky Dando got a big key base hit back in the 4th inning to drive in 2 runs. He's also flied to center and bounced to 3rd. High foul. Fisk and Hobson makes the catch in foul territory. 1 away.
Red Sox went over 2 million now this afternoon with the crowd. They now have 2,026,060 for the year.
Paul Blair.
Well, I'd say that's something for this little bitty ballpark.
Of course, I think they're smart up here. They got a ballpark. You can squeeze 35 in here if you have to. It seats 32, 31. But they sell it out just about before the season starts. That money's in the bank, drawing interest.
Yep. Look at Paul Blair rip a base hit to left. Over there quickly is Stremski. What a left fielder he is. Paul Blair, his first at bat, filling in for Mickey Rivers, lines a single to left.
We've got some scores, Scooter, in other games. Seattle and Chicago are tied 3-3 at the end of 6. Tom Pachoik has homered for Seattle. Rusty Torres has homered for Chicago. It's Rick Honeycutt against Francisco Barrios. Detroit 4 and Cleveland 2 at the end of 5.5. David Berosma is pitching that game for Detroit. Milwaukee leads Minnesota 3-0 at the end of 5.5. And everybody else plays tonight, including all the National League games tonight.
All right, Frank, Willie Randolph takes the strike. Willie has bounced to third, actually bunted, and only a great play by Hobson throwing him out. Then he struck out. He's walked twice. Willie has been on base 10 times so far in this 3-game series. 1-1.
Well, you can hear the Yankee fans out there in the bleachers chanting, "We're number one."
It takes a lot of courage to do that out in those bleachers with all those Red Sox fans out there. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yankees 7, Red Sox nothing. Yankees have 9 hits. The Red Sox have but 2. And the Red Sox have committed 2 more errors. They have made 11 errors in the series so far. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bergmeyer checking Paul Blair at first. And another base hit for Randolph. Did he jump on that hanging curveball? He almost came out of his shoes to hit that one.
That is Willie's 6th hit in this series. He is now 6 for 12, batting .500 in the series.
Thurman Munson will be the batter as Fisk goes out to talk with Bergmeyer. 1 man out. And they're stalling a little bit. They got somebody else up in that bullpen.
Andy Hassler. Andy Hassler, number 31, up and throwing.
Plus, after Munson, they got 3 left-hand batters due to hit. Jackson, who is wearing the jacket again. And you can see Reggie is having problems breathing. Up, now he takes it off. Thurman was hit with a pitch, singled twice in the same inning, and there's another one in the center, but Lynn's going to make this catch. They might get 2. And for some reason, Burleson cut it off. They'd have had an easy double play if he let it go by to Duffy, and they just can't seem to do anything right. Blair gets back safely.
Here it is again on the replay. Lynn coming hard. He comes a long way for this one. And his throw on the mark to second base. And why Burleson cut it off, I have no idea. By the time he tried to dive back to the bag himself with it, Blair got back in. Duffy was right there. He'd have taken the throw for the double play.
All right, Reggie Jackson, the batter. Reggie has struck out, robbed of an extra base hit on a great play by Yastrzemski, walked and bounced to third. Strike 1. Jackson drove in a run first game, 3 runs last night. Oh, he just missed that one. He missed one his first time up out in front of a curveball, and that time he was out in front. Hit it 9 miles foul. You see Reggie taking those deep breaths, coughing every once in a while. He had a touch of the flu, I believe, Frank.
A virus, yes.
Virus. Plus the bad back.
Well, the virus settled down in his spinal area, the lower back.
Strike 3. Reggie called out. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. End to 7.5. Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
When you farm your own land, the work never ends. But you do it with pride and all the strength you can muster. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
You know what I want? I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Corolla Liftback. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can't. From its design to the quality of workmanship to the way it handles, you can't beat what Toyota gives you. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I am going to get my money's worth.
More.
Ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
Have you ever said, I want to quit smoking, but I'm afraid I'll get fat? That fear keeps a lot of people from stopping. But Smoke Enders can help you quit and control your weight. You don't go cold turkey, and they show you how to convince your mouth that it's satisfied without overeating. Quitting can be easier when you know how.
Smoke Enders. For free session near you, see Sunday paper TV page, Newsweek, Time, Q, and New York Magazine.
Ron Guidry will continue pitching in the ball game. He's retired 11 men in a row, 14 out of 15, and he has not allowed a base hit since the first inning. He allowed 2 hits in the first inning. He has not given up a hit since. He has walked 3 men, but he's retired 11 straight and 14 out of 15 batters. Bill?
All right, Frank, and Butch Hobson. Foul of the catcher, struck out, swings and misses, strike 1. Guidry looking for his 21st win of the year against just 2 losses. High fly. Manella now going sideways. I don't know whether he's having problems. Whoop! And look at Lowe, almost fell down. He's laughing, but it wasn't too funny till he caught it.
That wind has been just a tremendous factor in the ball game. We mentioned earlier the wind is blowing, or was when the game started, at a steady 26 miles an hour and gusting up to 39.
All right, here's Frank Duffy. He's been up twice, struck out both times. Ball 1.
Guidry now has taken 12 men down in a row.
Foul back.
Unusual case. The ball hit just a little tiny ledge there and came to rest on it.
That wouldn't happen again all year.
Nope, that ledge is no wider than the baseball itself.
That'll be out of play up on the roof.
You know, we talk about Guidry in this game, Scooter. How about Beatty last night? Retired 18 straight batters in that ball game, and he really matured as a pitcher in that game.
Oh, that he did. That could be the big game for that youngster. What confidence that's got to give him. Just missed. I tell you, Duffy was fooled on that pitch. 2-2.
You know what Beatty's going to do for an encore?
Going to get married.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Son of a gun.
Fly ball, shallow left. Dent, look at the wind, hold it up, and Dent makes the catch. Well, I tell you, that's like hitting a stone wall almost out there.
I'll tell you, Dent played that ball perfectly. He went back about 3 steps and waited for the ball to come back to him.
All right, 2 men out, and Rick Belson has singled, walked, and struck out. Oh, look at that Guidry. Is he unbelievable? And he gets him. Frustration. Burleson sliding into first. He is unbelievable. 3 up, 3 down for the 4th inning in a row, and at the end of 8, it's the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
Come on, 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 and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on, and have a Pepsi day. Your spirits raised up to the sky. You catch the wind, you're riding high. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. The Pepsi Generation Pepsi Day.
Who's got that plain royal burger that is never fried? Burger King and I.
Some places fry their burgers, that's something we don't do. We broil our burgers on a flame, yeah, broil them just for you. We broil them just for you.
At Burger King, we flame broil our burgers, never fried.
Who's got that plain broiled burger that is never fried? Burger King and I.
The Toronto Blue Jays will be at Yankee Stadium on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of September. And then the Yankees close out the season at home, playing host to the Cleveland Indians the weekend of the 29th. Those games are Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th, which will be Fan Appreciation Day, and of course the final game of the season, Sunday, October 1st. Get your tickets today. I'll tell you, Scooter, about those final games at home. Yankee fans are thinking ahead, especially if the Yankees win this game, cut the lead down to 1 for the Red Sox. They're going to be wondering which day the Yankees are going to clinch the pennant. They'll want to be there. Great way to ensure it is, of course, to be there for every one of those closing games.
All right, Chris Chambliss, 1 for 4 in the day. Swings and misses, strike 1. One hit he got, though, was a big double. It was right after the great play that Yastrzemski had made on Jackson's fly ball and doubled Munson at first. And the Yankees scored all 7 runs after 2 were out, 1-1. Oh, he hung that curveball, and Chris just a bit out in front.
You know, if the Yankees win today, even if they win tomorrow, they have to keep on winning, because the Boston Red Sox, after they play the Yankees next weekend, play only Detroit and Toronto, 13 straight games to close out the season.
All right. That's out of play. Still 0-2 on Chris.
What I'm saying, of course, is the Yankees, even though they should overcome the once almost insurmountable Red Sox lead, just have to keep on winning, because the Red Sox will certainly not be dead.
No, long ways to go yet. Hung another one inside, and Chris out in front.
Bregmeyer's pitched an excellent ball game since he came on in relief in the 4th inning. He's allowed only 3 hits.
They have not scored off him as yet.
No.
To left field, but Yastrzemski now. Look at him fight that wind on what should be a routine fly ball. Looks like they gave Yaz a new uniform. He had, nope, he still got them on his left shoulder, the marks of the track out there. One away, and Greg Nettles the batter. Greg has singled, walked, bounced to first, fly to right. Yankees still leading 7-0 in the top of the 9th, 1 man out. Strike 1.
Bob Levin's taking no chances. He's got Gossage and Lindblad still throwing.
High pop. Now this one Fisk is calling for. Hobson's going to collide with him. They collide. And you could see that all the way. Neither one looked at the other. They both looked up in the air for the ball. Fisk held onto it. 2 men out. That was Collision City all the way.
Now you have to give Fisk credit. Watch him again on this play. Sky-high pop-up. Here comes Hobson, but Fisk there. Hobson closing in. They collide, and Fisk, the taller of the two and the more solid, hangs onto it. You got to give Fisk credit. He's playing with a broken rib that's very, very painful, and just won't take himself out of the lineup. He did come out Friday night after the Yankees had built up a big lead, but I tell you, you're seeing a lot of intestinal fortitude on the field on both teams in this series.
All right, Frank Piniella is 2 for 4 in the ball game. And he's 3 for 5 now. What a stroke he's got. Look out, Rod Carew. Here comes Piniella.
Pinella's now had 8 hits in this series in 12 at-bats. 8 for 12 in the series.
So with 2 out, Piniella singles, and that brings up Jay Johnstone, who is playing in Roy White's spot in the order. First time that Jay has been a bat.
He's hitting .262, 1 home run. It was hit here at Fenway.
That's right, right down the line. 1 ball on Jay. 2 men out. Yankees lead 7-0, top of the ninth. 2 balls, no strikes. So Lou right now is batting .317. It's tough to pick up a lot of points late in the season. Look out. I think that Johnstone lost that ball. He almost fell right into it. That's a scary proposition there.
Let's watch it again on the replay. Right up there at the bill of his cap, and he did. He almost ducked right into it. It's a little tough right now. The shadows are around the home plate area. The ball is coming out of the sun. Just a little bit difficult.
There's Piniella leading away, and it hit him. First one just missed him, and that almost sounded like it cracked a bone. I hope not. It could have hit right on the elbow. Oh, that's got to hurt. He just missed him with the pitch before that. Johnstone had no way to get out of the way of that one.
Here it is again. Let's see how the pitch comes in. Seems to bear in on him. Looked like now on the replay as if it might have got him down lower on the arm, Phil, or was it still just the elbow?
Stick was rubbing his elbow. Johnstone's elbow, not his own. Bucky Dent will be the batter. Bucky fly to center, single to drive in 2 runs, bounce to third and pop to third. Bouncer to third, Hobson gets it, steps on the bag. The Yankees are retired. They leave 2 men, and at the end of 8 1/2, Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
You work the docks. The ships are too big, the loads are too heavy, and the days are too long. But every day you do it, and another ship with a full belly heads out for sea, and you head in for Miller time. Time to relax with the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Some New York City kids are not getting into school this September because that's the law. The law says if your kids don't have their shots for dangerous diseases like mumps, measles, and polio, they aren't getting into school. The law also says they must go to school. So you have no choice. Get your kids their shots. Call 349-2664 to get free shots now. Remember, no shots, no school. It's the law.
Public service announcement courtesy of Con Edison. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. The Red Sox will have Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, and Carl Yastrzemski coming up against Ron Guidry. Guidry has retired the last 14 batters since a walk to Fisk leading off the 4th inning. Bailey grounded into a double play. Guidry has retired 14 in a row. And the Yankees have a 7-0 lead. Guidry has allowed only 2 hits. Both singles, 1 infield hit in the 1st inning.
All right, Lynn has sacrificed twice and fly to center field. Foul, that's out of play. One ball, 1 strike. Field now. Johnstone started back, comes in, and one-hands it, and he's still having problems. See the way he threw that ball? He just lobbed it underhand. That elbow's bothering him. 1 away. Right. And there he is, Louisiana Lightning. I'll tell you, what an athlete.
Hands down cinch for the Cy Young Award.
I'd hate to be any other pitchers that hope they get it. Here's Jim Rice, and Rice had the infield hit in the 1st inning. Bounced to short, bounced to third. Foul back, strike 1. Actually, Guidry should have a one-hitter right now. The ball that they gave Rice a hit on, Bucky was right in front of it. Inside, 1-1.
That's right. Bucky had trouble getting a hold of it.
Yeah.
Delayed his throw just a split second, let Rice beat it by half a step.
Strike 2. Saw Rice fall across the plate going after that fastball, tailing away.
Have two superlatives right here. Guidry bidding for Cy Young, Rice for MVP.
Grounded to Bucky. He an error that time will be charged to Dent, even though the ball took a bad hop. Bucky came up a little too soon with the glove.
It is again. Hit right at Bucky Dent. Whoops. That ends the string at 15 men in a row retired by Guidry.
All right, here's Yastrzemski. 0 for 3. Bounce to first, bounce to second, fly to center. And now Pinella's going to have to really dig. And he sees it, makes the catch, throw to first. Not in time. Pinella, I'd say he's gotten everything hit out there today. That's Lou, his new hairdo.
It is again on the replay. Pinella is deep on Yastrzemski as you have to play him. Long run in, see him wave Blair off and make the catch.
So there are 2 men out, and Carlton Fisk, the batter. And Jim Beattie would have had a shutout last night, but Mike Heath dropped Fisk, pop foul, gave him a life, and then he drove in a run. That would have been the 3rd out. Fisk 0 for 2. Takes a ball. He has struck out, walked, bounced to second. Woo! 2 balls, no strikes. Strike 1. Strike 2, 2-2. Now the crowd. Well, the Red Sox fans have left. The Yankee fans now applauding for Guidry to end it with a strikeout. That's the way it sounds at Yankee Stadium when he gets 2 strikes on a batter. A little bit low, 3-2. So Rice will be running. Full count, 2 out. Bottom of the 9th, Yankees lead 7-0. He walked him. That's the 4th walk given up by Ron. He was trying to put a little extra on that.
Just to recap, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts for Guidry. He's allowed only 2 hits.
Well, one thing, should the Red Sox score, no matter how many they score in this inning, none of them will be earned. Will not affect Guidry's earned run average because of the error. Strike 1. Bob Bailey, the batter. He is walked, hit into a double play, fly to right. And hit to right field. Pinella got a battle at wind and makes the catch and falls down. Lewis put on quite a show today, but he preserves Guidry's shutout. And the final score, the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
All right, let's chalk up the totals. The Yankees 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. The Red Sox no runs, 2 hits and 2 errors. Ron Guidry picking up the shutout. Mickey Morabito is trying to tell me the last time a shutout was pitched here. August 25th, 1974, the last time a left-hander pitched a shutout here at Fenway Park. Just another note on Guidry, who won his 21st against 2 losses, and the losing pitcher is Dennis Eckersley, 16-7. The Yankees now trail the Red Sox by only 1 game, regardless of what happens tomorrow. The Yankees have gained 2 games on the Red Sox in this series. Frank Messer for Phil Rizzuto and Bill White. Final score, the Yankees 7, the Red Sox nothing. Thanks for tuning in. Our next Yankee telecast will be tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock from Fenway Park. The Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Participating advertisers were the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Toyota, it's great to be a Yankee, and it's great to be the official car of the Yankees. Now's the time to get more than your money's worth at your local Toyota dealers. Manufacturers Hanover, where it's banking the way you want it to be. Burger King, where you get the best darn burgers, always flame-broiled juicy. Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time with a full line of quality home electronics products. And the New York Yankees.
Listen, what's your name, Bill? You want to be good at tennis? You go to a good tennis place. Like the Concord Hotel. It's the largest indoor tennis complex of any resort in America, you know? Okay, give me one. Not bad.
The Concord has more tennis courts, outdoors and indoors, than even Wimbledon has, and teaching pros who are world-class tennis players themselves. The Concord, for people who really know their tennis.
Now, tomorrow, I'll give you some pointers on golf.
Today, Kendall Oil's Car in the Street interview talks with a Ferrari.
Buongiorno.
I'm told you're demanding.
Demanding? Never. Only when I don't get the right treatment.
Like Kendall Oil?
See, Kendall means confidence.
Right. Every drop of Kendall is specially engineered for exceptional performance and protection. So Kendall helps keep cars out of trouble.
I am not demanding. It's Kendall or nothing.
Kendall means confidence.
Ask any car.
Hi, get this scene at Bond's crazy. $25 bonus for every $125 you spend. I bought this great-looking suit for just $135, and I've got $25 more to spend anywhere in the store. That guy bought a $125 coat, and with his $25 bonus, that Harris tweed will cost him just $65. That's Bobby Nystrom in the European style, getting shirts with his $25 bonus. Raincoats, slacks, top coats, incredible selection, plus this $25 bonus, good for anything at Bond's.
Mr. Sorry, could you please hold still?
Daily News is on the air. Here, front page stories you're missing exclusively on WMCA. Evenings 7 to 8, mornings 6 to 10 on WMCA Talk Radio 57.
Don't miss all the high-powered action of college football at its very best on Notre Dame football tonight at 12:30 right here on 11 Alive. We now join Abbott and Costello, already in progress.
Abbott, I got an idea. I think I know. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. I'll tell you what you do, girls. Go and put on your best. We'll take you out.
Oh, I got a lot of lovely clothes I've never had on.
Go put them on. We'll paint the town red.
Glory, hallelujah!
Wait. I know.
Well, we're going to take them tonight.
I know. We'll take them out, but we need money.
Driveway.
Hey, we need money.
Yeah.
Well, we're here on a job. Let's fumigate the room. Come on. Go ahead.
Carson, they've been in there an awfully long time. I hope everything's all right.
I sincerely hope so, madam.
Well, lady, we took good care of your aunts.
We killed them.
Come on. That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
I think I better get policemen.
What is this? Police for what?
Not to murder them in cold blood.
Lady, what'd you want us to do? Wait for them to warm up and then let them have it?
You're going to pay for this.
All right, so how much?
You're paying with your lives.
Now, that's too much.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're already going. Ready and raring. I'll share your life. You'll bet your life we're alive. You sirree,
for the first time in 40 years.
Yes.
Come on, girls.
kids. Lady, I think you need a psychiatrist. Oh, you tell the cops, lady, something wrong here?
Yes.
Oh, so it's you two. I might know wherever you two are. There's some trouble. Where's the corpus delicti? That means bodies. Where are they?
Oh, what do you think? I'm a dope or something? I know it means bodies. If you want the corpus ties, and that's plural, they're all over the joint. You gotta get a shovel and shovel them up.
Just a minute, Sonny. These boys are partners of ours.
Hey, hey, Sergeant, you don't think you're scared of these kids? They've been playing cowboys and Indians for 4 hours in the room. She's been an Indian for 2 hours. They were going bang, bang, bang. You got the word. The guns ain't loaded.
Come on, let's go to the Red Dog Saloon. Whoopee!
Federal Builders